Hello people, this is Power here with a page through of the Details of Heroes PowerRider Geo. So I'm actually recording this on my camera for once. So I'm not using my pesky phone. Pesky phone. Why the heck did it open? I don't know. I'm pretty sure this is going to go in the second channel. I've been wanting to do like something like this for a while, which is why I decided to do this really bad angle, and it's really uncomfortable because I don't have any room or anything. So yeah, I did this angle with like the first build video, like my first build back then, but then I obviously haven't done this since. Well, I haven't done this angle in a while, but I just want to like, you know, quote unquote casually do an opening and page through the book. Now I wanted to be like more like do like more camera stuff with it, but I don't know. It depends. So again, this is the Details of Heroes cover Geo book. Obviously, Tsukiyomi is a big part of this, and then this is advertising. The fact they're doing O's, or they're re-releasing O's, but I'm kind of worried about that because Hobby Japan just recently announced that they're not doing the magazines. And this is the spine. Again, it's really bad angle. So, let's just get this over with. I got this on Mandarake for 2,600 yen. I'm not sure if I'm keeping this plastic. I might, because I'm weird like that. Like, if it originally came like this, then I would keep it, but if it didn't, then I will not. I'm pretty sure it didn't. Because there's, like, tape here, so might as well remove that. I really don't want to, like, ruin this. Yes, I did get this on B quality, but on Mandarake, but I don't want to ruin this because it's precious. So here's the book itself, and then there's the light switch. You just don't bother it in it. Okay, so here's the book. I don't know if it includes the Ami. It said it did, but oh. This is the Ami. Oh well, if that slips through, it slips. I'm kind of tired of just having to wear the same sweatshirt just to cover that up. So this is the Ami of this. So obviously, if you get this, then you're complete. I really like how much it blends through, or how much it blends. Cause I'm just so used to like, I just dropped my entire case of Shogun Ultra accessories, but is this a good example? Yeah, cause like this and such. So if it has this and it's like complete and such. Obviously, I did open this. If you watch the opening, which I might link up here, because I need to start using those features. It's just I have it down here because I need to review it still. Whoops, that I got kicked. The Zero Beyond what was taking forever to sit, but if this light goes off constantly, that's me accidentally stepping on the spike and struggling. So we're gonna move this off to the side and just simply try to page through this. So here's the credits. I apologize for that glare, but the... Oh, wow. I never dealt with books like this before, so it's neat. And this thing came with it, so I'll throw that out. Okay, so I got the cover back on. I don't know, it's just kind of nice to experience this, if I have to be honest. Writer, time. Kind of don't want to ruin this cover. Because I was going to be like, I'm just going to take off the cover, but I don't do that for things. So, as you can see there's Geo and Gates 2017, 2018, 2019. It just goes from 2017 to like 2040. Wait, does this fold out? It seems... Oh, this is a fold out. How do I make it fold out? Oh, it goes all the way to 2068. Okay. So, there, that's a bad look on that. That's Reagan's. But, yeah. And then, oh, the back. I don't want to drag it. Oh, shoot. I already have a crease. Oh, gosh. So, okay, so we get Shinobi, Atari from their respective shows, BB armor, the Gem armor. I think these are just things they couldn't take pictures of. Obviously, we got Gates Majesty. I don't know when I'll get mine pretty soon. I don't know when I'll get mine but Quiz, Kikai, then Ginga. So yeah. Okay, so then we get the Advent calendar thing. I don't remember the name of the book. Then, obviously, as we try to smoothly page through this, here we have Geo. All of this stuff. I have to... There. So, we just get a lot of like close-ups of like his stopwatch motif, and then like his hands, and there's the Geo ride watch, and then the Jiku driver and the holder. The G-Con grade, and him performing the time break. So this is the Ju mode, this is the Ken mode. I still don't have this weapon, nor I plan on getting it, honestly. Oh, we're jumping to Geo 2 already. Oh, does it say when this debuted? That's interesting, because I see a 22, so. More of GO2. The GO2 ride watch, the Psycho grade, and the Psycho G-Con grade. Yeah, that weapon. And then obviously he has double and Kuga, because those two were, I don't know, it's confusing on how exactly he equipped those. And I just realized he actually has Geo. He has his original watch equipped on that holder, so that's neat. And my favorite form of Geo Trinity. I like, okay, like I don't know what you call it, like the stuff on the pages, but you know it's authentic. I really like this form. So obviously we got Waz, Gates. It's just really nice to see these close up. And now he has O's. What other watch? He has Gaim or Gaiman 4s. Obviously, like, if you know Japanese, then you can actually like read the descriptions, but I can't. I don't know. My brother could. What the heck? Okay. So the Geo Trinity ride watch. My Geo Trinity ride watch, the screw got like scuffed up because of the fact of how exactly you had to put the tab in, which is stupid. Because it's a screw, and then because of that, like I like scraped it, so now I have to use the flat head to like open it. I just want to see that. Okay, can I zoom in on this? Trinity time break burst explosion. Well, now we're at Grand Geo. This suit's gonna be really interesting to see like close up, just because of like how much work went into this one because of like the individual. Oh my gosh, this is a really nice page. Okay, so they have like close-ups of each statue of each rider, and that's actually cool. So we got Kuga, Agato, Ryuki, Kabuto, Kiba, Deno, Hibiki, Blade, Fize, Build, Exit, Drive, Gaim, Wizard, Double, O's, Fours, Ghost, and then I skipped over Geo and Decade. So these are really nice to look at really closely. Just because, like, I really do think the statues are really cool. I feel like people don't really appreciate it. They just don't like. They just don't like. I know people don't like the statues, but they don't like really acknowledge how much work went into this one. Like Thousand Driver. So there's the Grand Geo Ride Watch, and then the bulk it has, and as you can see from the button, it's actually not white. It's still like the same color as the back, so that's actually interesting. And obviously the track too, but I think this might be the stunt belt because it's flatter. And all 20 time break. Oma form. So this is actually neat to see. So the Oma Geo Ride Watch. I really like Oma form overall. I don't know if I like stated it verbally, but I just like this. I like the point of Oma form, which is basically like this is Sogo's interpretation of like Omageo. Like while he's still like this is like the his like Demon King self, but not like evil. Like he's still himself essentially, and I think I actually kind of do prefer this over Grand Geo, if I had to be honest. Just because, like, I think it would have worked more. But, you know, Grand Geo, like, have all powers of 20 of the 20 Heisei Riders, yeah. Huh. So this is I think this is a template of how these armors are, which is interesting. So we got the Geo build armor. Uh, I'm alright with the armors. I don't understand why they're armors. If I had to be honest, like I think the armors are alright, but I just don't like the template. Then exit armor. I don't like this. I feel like it ruins. I feel like the exit armor ruins like the embodiment of Xaid. And then I've been blocking this. This is Gates' version. Is there a Gates version of the build armor? No, it's just this template, but like I'll give them this for the build armor. I think it works for build, but when you try to like when you use it as a template and use it for everything else, it doesn't work, in my opinion. And here's the Force armor. This is what I would have preferred them of doing. Making like individualized armors for each rider. Like I like how over exaggerated these armors are, because that's the whole point. Like that's Sogo's personality. He just over exaggerates things. Or like the way he takes it in over exaggeratedly. Which is why that's why like surprisingly enough, like my least favorite part like of the exit armor isn't the Gashcon breakers. I'm fine with those. I just don't like the base as a whole. And like again, bragging on the exit armor, I just feel like the eyes ruin it because like he just looks like that's the whole point of Xaid, these eyes, and they didn't do that. Like I think the Gates one looks a bit better if I had to be honest, but I don't know. I need to stop ragging on this. O's armor. Okay, this is interesting. They have the O's Ride Watch, they have the Tajiro Ride Watch, which I should be getting soon, and then the Taka Watch Droid. Like, again, like, the O's armor I like. Like, again, I prefer the, individualized, over-exaggerated forms. And, I like how this one is, like, literally, like, an over-exaggerated Super Tataba. And again, like speaking of this, like this has to be my favorite armor out of Geo, the Gaim armor. Like yeah, it's because I like Gaim, but I like Gaim was just perfect for this because it's just like it's just like look how amazing it is. Like this is the type of like absurd like over exaggeratedness I like. Like I already said enough, but it's just like I like how over their top they went with this. They just like, cause like essentially like the Gaim armor is let's combine Kachidoki and the Gaim arms and make it into something new. So like that's why I like wish they used this one more. Gosh, I love this form so much. Like it just everything just works. Like yes, he doesn't have the orange slice, but he has the chest. Like this one's honestly more of a homage towards, like what I stated before, Gaim arms, and then there's the Kodama Suika arms, and then the Gaim Ride Watch. Here's the most like underused form, which I don't understand why, the Decade armor. like I'm fine with this one. I honestly don't like its bulkiness, if I have to be honest. But uh this form was just heavily underused. Like, why? Like, what was the point of this? Because they were trying to set this up as his power up form, but then no, Geo 2 came in. But then the Rider Wiki is like, no, Geo has two super forms. It's like, no, he doesn't. Geo 2 is his power up. Oh my gosh. But I can see Waz peeking. But yeah, it's just like I really like the concept of this form. I thought it would have been a way of like them to like easily like use like previous undersuits. Is that the next page? Yeah. So like he only has like 5 official forms with the Decade armor, which is just upsetting because they could have done a lot more. Like, okay, like there's some like weird like there's like weird choices they did, but like basically it's because they had to accommodate like I guess what was essentially like I don't know what they were trying to like do because I understand for like some writers like here Ryuki he didn't have another form he had to survive so like that's understandable and then like O's like Tajidori was a super form but then when you get to Wizard and on they had power ups so like I guess I can see why they didn't really do it because it was just inconsistent of what came out as a whole but like Ghost, he had Grateful Damashi. Like I guess because if they did Tokon Boost, it would have literally just been the Tokon Boost like transcendent undersuit, and that wouldn't have been much. So I guess I can understand why they picked Tokon Boost, but then like honestly, in my opinion, like I think Build and Execute are like good examples of what they could have done. Obviously, because I am recording this on the camera, I have to stop but then also at the same time too it's kind of a good thing because then if I did this on my phone I would have like had like a really difficult time trying to move it out but so yeah so this actually like has like brief descriptions of when these debuted so that's interesting but if I had to say so gosh that happened once so I want to keep in count of that but I think I think this form, like I don't know, it's just weird. Like Build's just like the perfect example of how these forms should have been. Because I think it actually looks pretty good. I think it's cool that he actually did like cover a writer that didn't have any other form. Because then I think uh, Kabuto would have been the other example. And it actually kind of sucks here because they actually don't include Fi's Axel or like Fi's form because that was a Boot of a Soul exclusive of where he would actually access Axel form or yeah Axel or Axel Axel. So I think that sucks, but I think for the other writers it would have been like I don't know. I just think like okay, here's one example I would have wanted them to do since they were trying to push it. Kiva arc. Because obviously, like Solo obtains the Kiva Ride Watch in like the middle of the second episode after they defeat Ginga, after Waz takes the Ginga Ride Watch, and then after he fights Garu, and like he just gives him the Ride Watch, and then they have to fight whatever her name is. I think I don't know why for some like I think it's just stupid like how Solo's just like yes, I understand like Sogo's hesitant because he doesn't want to defeat her. But then like the way they pan it out is just because we don't have a physical suit of this form, so it's just like, you know, that's why I view the Decade Ride Watch as like, oh, this is a substitute. As like, okay, we don't have the physical suit, but we can still produce something out of it, which is why I really like the Ryuki form. But then, with Kiva, he should have just transferred into Decade and used it. Like, I don't care. Like, honestly, I don't care if like they badly wrote it as like, okay, he does transform to Kiva form, but he gets like defeated in like seconds. Like, I don't care if that's the way it happens. I would have at least liked to see Kiva form. And if I had to be honest, I would rather. I don't. I don't know how they would have done Kiva form. I think they would have just done Emperor form, which I wouldn't have liked, but I I think they would have gone for that. They would have gone for that because he has a different undersuit. If they went with Dotabaki, he doesn't have a different undersuit. He's still Kiva. So uh I don't know if I ran through this in my original Decade Ride Watch review, but like I'm just gonna run through what I would have liked for like the other riders that we didn't get to see, fortunately. Kugo, obviously amazing mighty. I'll go with Trinity, but then I feel like they might go with Burning. Blade, you can do Jack form. I feel like, see, that's the issue. Is like, I feel like the older riders, they have to go with the ultimate forms because their undersuits are different, but then at the same time, it's just like, this is supposed to evolve them into power ups. So it's just like, this, the powers of the Decade Ride Watch are inconsistent as a whole. Hibiki, obviously Kurenai, and then Kabuto, they have to go with Hyper. Deno, I'll like them to go. They might most likely do Climax, but then there's a chance of Liner. Decade, just do Complete. He's the only other rider that only has one other form. Double Fang Joker. For his Magnet States, Wizard, just do Flame Style, because I don't. There's no point in doing All Dragon. Gaim's difficult because honestly, just like Ghost, like Gaim and Ghost have the same issues of where like you can't really change like the undersuit. Like they don't change the undersuits, so nothing will be physically different. But I would like them to go with Kachidoki because he at least has the arm pads. Yeah, he at least has the arm pads, but he will be missing his like lower half. But I hope he still retains like the flags. Drive, they can easily do Dead Heat or Formula, and then yeah. Okay, let's finally move on. Double Armor again. Like I like this one because it shows that they don't need to use up the whole entire body, and it's just like I like it overall. I Gaim and Double are definitely like top 5 for me. Like this just looks really good, if I had to say so. And like, yeah, I can see like a lot of Gundam vibes because of the V-fin and such. Kuga armor again. Honestly, probably like again top 5. Like Gaim double Kuga. Kuga, I honestly like. Like I don't like the fact he uses the base template, but I just like how simplistic he is. Because that's Kuga. And I think he's the only one that actually changed the gauntlet of these ones. I just think it sucks that he barely got used. He got, like, the way he showed up in Heisei Generations Forever, he was literally just in Timejin. And then, oh yeah, it even says here, like, he first appeared in there, and then he finally showed up in episode 33. I feel like his appearance in episode 33 was way better than Heisei Generations Forever. This does not mention this came from Heisei Generations Forever. It only mentions that it showed up in episode 20. But yeah, overall, I just of how cool this is. It just sucks that Kuga got so shafted in Geo as a whole. Like, it's actually really depressing because it's just like they only really talked about him in Heisei Generations Forever, but then like it's like yeah they go to the tomb, that's it, and then like Tid like twists his like Godai's like or like Yusuke's I don't know how to refer to him Godai yeah I'm gonna refer to him as Godai. It's like yeah he twists his phrase of like yeah I'll take everyone's smiles and it's like that's not a Kuga tribute. Like Kuga and Double got the worst tributes. Like yeah, Double they at least got someone back or two people back. Kuga they couldn't even get anyone back. And like literally the whole entire like their whole entire tribute of Kuga is that hey he's the first guy. What does that mean? Like that's so disheartening to Kuga as a whole. It's like you can't just disregard the whole entire point of Kuga and just be like, he's the first guy. That's why he's important. Gosh. Oh, this is the same picture as here. Not for sale? What do you mean? This poster? Huh. So this must be a transition to Gates. So yeah, he's a really I did not realize this. Actually, let me look at the ride watch. Oh yeah, they're very like faint. But yeah, Gates is a really interesting secondary rider. Obviously, it took me a long time for me to sit on him, to like it took a lot of time for me to actually like him. Yeah, this is interesting. He actually has cross on the ride crosser or the ride striker there. So that's interesting. We're on page 56. So more of Gates. The Gates ride watch, one of the most expensive ride watches to get. The bike ride watch? Really? That's what it's called? And then the blank ride watch or the blank watch, which I'm surprised they didn't release. I would have liked to get this. Like I would have liked to get ride watch versions of these. Just so then like I didn't have to have Ride Striker. The G-Con Zax, Ono mode, and where's Yumi mode? Yumi mode. And then the Time Burst. Like I actually like the G-Con Zax. Well, that's why I got it. The G-Con, like the secondary riders just always have more unique primary weapons than the second or than the main riders. The main rider they always do the same thing. And then now we're at the revives. So Gates revive Goretsu and Gates revive Shippu. I do not like the fact that most people translate them because it's just like just keep it the way it is. You don't have to. What's with the weird translations? I don't know why this is bolded and this is not. But so it debuted in episode 26, obviously, because I hated this arc. Okay, he seems to actually have the right ride watches this time. Not like in like the episode after. He for some reason had the Force ride watch. I don't know if they were like meaning to use the Ghost ride watch or they like literally just like oh yeah Gates had Force. What's this ride watch? Wizard? Okay. Yeah. That's Wizard. I like this power up for Gates. I just wish he got a. I wish he at least got another one, but like again, two forms, so I guess that justifies it. But it's just I don't know. It was weird that Gates actually managed to like stick through this form for like half of the series. Uh, yeah. So the Gates Revive Ride Watchers, the blank one, and then the G-Con Claw. I really like the white on Gates Revive. I think that's why I primarily like it. Like it's just a nice contrast to like the orange and blue. Oh wow! So we get the Gates build armor. Then this is his base. So that's his like base template, and then this is just weird to see from Gates because he barely I can't even say he barely used it, but I don't know, like, this actually just works well with Gates, probably because of the red. So then here's the Drill Crusher. I'm blocking it. Ghost Armor. Okay, then there's the Geo Ghost Armor. I don't know why they only did it for the first three, but RKFs. Again, like, the Ghost Armor is actually, like, see, like, I feel like with Ghost, I'm not actually bothered with the eyes, because, you know, he barely had, like, things in between his eyes. So it just, I don't know, it's interesting. But then again, like, this just suffers from being a template. Drive Armor. I don't, like, okay, I like this form, but the huge issue is just, like, I don't know. It's just, like, entirely pointless, if I had to be honest, because it's just like, yeah, it even says here they officially got the ride watch apparently in episode 41, and in Over Corsair. And this actually mentions something about this being, like, used in episode 21, but wait, is it what you're saying? No, it said it got to be in episode 3, but then, like, something about episode 21. I don't know. This Drive Armor is neat, but it's just like, why did it take so long for them to get the watch? Fives Film 10. Something about Tsukiyomi using it and such. And something of episode 23 or just 23 as a whole. I like this form. Like, I feel like Gates did a lot better with the base templates of these forms than Geo. Then this is the Fives pointer and the Fives shot. Or the other way around. I don't know. Oh gosh, we're spoiling ourselves. And then obviously this is sadly Gates' only original armor, the wizard armor, and this just looks so good. Like, I like, again, I just think it sucks that Gates did not get a lot of individualized armors. Because again, like, just like Wizard or just like Ghost, like, yeah, Wizard did have, like, red, but then I just think the way they, like, Gates's visor incorporates it with the rider just works a lot better. Like, especially obviously with Fives, because, yo, and then again Drive, it just, you know, pretty good. Okay, now we're up to Waz. Okay, so it first mentions something about 27 and episode 16. Okay, so we're definitely focusing on White Waz. I see as the future note. Again, this form actually took me a while to, like, you know, to like to. Okay, so there's the Oma advent calendar and the future note. It's only about a PC. I don't know. I do find it funny that whenever, like, whenever, like, they always poke fun at, like, the Wazes, because, you know, it's like they're black Waz, white Waz, or red Waz, and they're green. The Beyond Driver. Time Explosion. The Waz Murad Watch. The blank one. Him transformed Shinobi, and I'm supposed to go with that. The G-Con Despair Yari mode. I don't know if I'm still gonna get that weapon. I want it for $2. Kamen Rider Waz featuring Shinobi. This form, I think I stated this in my review, is so overrated. Jikan to Spear Kama mode, even though it's I don't know why, like, I don't really get, like, if it's like, I feel like this one could have been a 2-in-1. Because I thought this could have been a hammer mode for Kikai and then, like, a Kama for Shinobi, but no. Featuring in future. Wow, they actually described the pun. Okay, there might be different lighting because again the light died twice. So featuring quiz. And this is the Sue mode? This is like a fishing rod thing, which is just weird. Like, this one is still like my least favorite out of the forms, just because, like, quiz is like, I don't know, I don't really understand quiz as a whole. To be honest, just because, like, okay, he's orange, but only for his head, because he's primarily red and blue. And, like, honestly, this doesn't really visually change him as much as, like, Shinobi. If I had to say something positive with Shinobi, I just think is, like, overrated. No reason, I just think he is. But Quiz is just, like, underwhelming. But then obviously we're at the, well, that's two head. We're at the best one, Kikai. I love Kikai. If you obviously didn't know already. Are you serious? Will be the king. I hate that. I hate this arc so much, but I love this form. The yellow and green just work so well, and I just really like this form. I wish there was a better picture of the form just standing still, because this is the best we have. But gosh, I really love this form. It just sucks that it's the worst Murite watch I have, because it's just like breaking apart. And obviously we have oh my gosh. We have Waz Ginga finally, so we're up to Black Waz. I really love this form too. I don't know what more to say, but I just really like this form. But I was finally beyond the time, but it's spelled as Fainaly. So they added an A. Can I zoom in on this? I haven't zoomed in a while, but finally beyond the time. And you just saw the Murite watch holder. We're almost done with this, sadly. But wow. See, like, they have, like, nice, like, portraits of Ginga finally. This form, technically it doesn't change anything for him, as this is, like, he doesn't get a new undersuit, but I don't know, it just works. And then there's the Ginga Mirage watch. This is interesting of how this is put together. I didn't even know it. They had labels like top, bottom, side, back. That's actually really cool. And then his ride watches. I had this position wrong then. Because I have it as Shinobi in Quiz, but I have them switched around. And that cape. There's Taiyo form. Despite being the second, it debuted last. Yeah, I swear, I thought the chest changed too. Was Ginga Waxay form. Oh, Waxay doesn't even get a nice, like, shot like Taio. Yeah, like, I feel like they literally, like, I feel like with this, they were trying to, like, upscale, like, Gates, like, look, I have 3 forms, even though it's just a visor change. But I swore that, I thought that, we're at the best part. I swore that, the chest changed, but why does Waxay only get 1 page? Best girl Tsukiyomi. I don't know, but I think at this point this is new to the book, unless Ginga. I don't know what and what didn't get published before this got released, but yep, we're at Tsukiyomi. Look, she has the Phone 10. That's so cool. I actually do want to use this picture for my banner. Because if you notice on my main channel, I have like 2 empty circles. That's because there's no good pictures of Tsukiyomi, nor at the time, Vulcan Assault Wolf, but I actually might change it to Rampage Vulcan because I actually do love that form now. But the issue is that I actually messed up and I accidentally saved my Photoshop project without any more circles. So I don't have any more. So I don't have the template of the circles anymore. So I have to make new ones. The issue is that the newer ones are too wide. So yeah. So this is a back view of Tsukiyomi. This is a lot of. Huh. Wait. What's this? They're They're mentioning the Go Under V Cinema. Are they talking about the suit actress? Most likely I think they are. Cause this is just a long description about her and such, but yeah, it's just really nice to have pictures of Tsukiyomi. Is this it? I feel like this is it for her. Yep. She has the tablet too. Time Jack. Yeah, so there's her ride watch. And there's her using the tablet. Before we get to the coursers, I just want to mention like how like off this picture is because there's obviously different backgrounds. Why does like I really do hope another GOV cinema happens, but because of current events, I feel like it might actually sadly have to get scrapped because the Ryu Soldier Alive tour had to, but then the V cinemas. The thing is that it would have a second GOV cinema would have been announced already, but I really do feel like because of what's going on, I don't think we're getting another one, which sucks because I understand like because I know someone actually like asked like the producer of Toy of like a WASV cinema, but they said like they essentially just said like there wouldn't be a lot to do with him because of the fact that like he's like Geo server and says, but I'm like that's a poor excuse. But they're essentially just saying like there's not really much they can do with him. But then it's just like I would have liked the Tsukiyomi V cinema, but then it's just like as I said before, like if they are gonna have more V cinemas, please don't give us Grand Geos. I'm already tired of it. Like don't like yes, it's the easiest thing to do, but like 2 of them, like one for the main riders, one for the secondary riders, that's good enough. Don't give us ones for the third riders or female riders. Like, stop it. Please give us something original. And like going back to if Tsukiyomi does get a V cinema, or I feel like most likely Waz and Tsukiyomi might have to share one because they were like, oh, there's not much. there's too little what we can do, then because I feel like they might, like, Tsukiyomi might get shafted and they're like, oh yeah, here's Trinity, which I would like, but I feel like Tsukiyomi might get shafted with like something that's already existing, or her thing might be Premium Bandai, which, yeah, that's fine, because her ride watch is Premium Bandai, so that's why, like, I guess that's why I'm like kind of skeptical on like the idea of her getting the V Cinema. Like, if she gets a standalone V Cinema, that's great. I would definitely get it. But the issue is that uh her ride watch is Premium Bandai, so they release another ride watch of hers that's essentially retail. You can't have it complete unless they like do a GO2 on her or something. Which is why I feel like most likely if there's going to be another GOV Cinema, it has to be both Waz and Tsukiyomi. So then, with like when they release it on DVD, they release Waz's like ride watch, or his new ride watch, while Tsukiyomi would be up on Premium Bandai. Let's get to the Corsers. Uh, Here's Barlocks. Tokiwa Sogo, and they actually mentioned it was him. I didn't know they. I guess just because he's a big actor, like singer. Barlocks is fine. He has a crack, and the 3 ride watches he has, or that he used, or no, hasn't used. I really wish they went more as to why they were exactly these riders, why exactly they resembled them. Here's Zonjits. If I had to be honest, like, yes, I did falsely say in my review that of the set that Zamalis was my favorite, but honestly, after watching Overcourser, Zonjits just became my favorite, just because his design is like the most unique, because he's a fusion of 3 riders. Wait, he has 4 ride watches? Oh no, that's a blank one. But honestly, like, yeah, he's probably my favorite just because of the fact he's a fusion of 3 riders, unlike Barlocks and Zonjits. Like, what I mean, like 3 separate riders. Because obviously Barlocks is just a clocked version of RX. I would have liked if they actually acknowledged Black, but quality, I guess. And then obviously Zamalas is Amazon's, which, like, honestly, I think his suit was like the easiest to retool because, you know, they had the supplies, so they just took an alpha suit and they took Neo's helmet and then like did a bunch of things. Like, I don't like Zamos is probably like still my second favorite, but like, it's, you know, I guess like concept wise, it's not as unique. Originally, he was supposed to be a fusion of Amazon's and like the first and the next, which I would have really liked to see, but they said it was too difficult trying to fuse the 2 series together. Does this have a gun? Or does this have a name? His crossbow? He just has a random crossbow. Yeah. Uh, I don't know what more to talk about with them because, like, yeah. Because I haven't watched Amazon, so I have no say in anything. And then obviously, here's Omageo. Yep. So, oh wow, they have him playing the violin. That's actually cool. Wait. Oh, there's the Omageo driver, but they don't really show anything else from it. And then that's it. Yeah. That's it of the book. We get one last look at the Ride Watch Dizer, and then we get. Try to pick this up carefully. So then we get the table of contents on the back. We get the credits and the staff of it, and then we get all the suit actors for each of the suits, which is neat because literally this only credited Seiji Takaiwa. Gosh, that's fun butchering names. I was able to say his name before, but now I can't. Let me close this happily. Yeah. Oh, wait. I think this is just credits in the cover. Okay. Sakaiwa. Yeah. And then going back, this is the last page to which it advertises the next, or like what's already available. So I believe the EX ones are re-releases. So there's EX Heroes Deno, Imagine, and then then Deno Reimagine, then there's Kiva, then there's Double Kirifuda. I wanna. Why does it spark something? I know it means something, but and then there's Gimes. I actually like Gimes. Drives Initiation. Drives actually seems cool, but I don't know why Drive and Ghost are cheaper than Gime. So I've seen Ghosts on Mandarake. Then there's X8 Game Clear, and then there's the re-release of Decades. And then there's the build one, which I will say that one's actually the next one. Because I actually did get that one. And then there's the Q Ranger one, which actually would be cool to get, if I had to say so. But, so yeah, that was my page through of the details of Heroes. Kamen Rider Geo. I don't know the sub name, but Omageel's there. I don't know if this is already here already, but this was pretty fun of doing. I did not really expect this to go on for so long, but hey, it was fun. I feel like the first page is literally just like things that are like, oh yeah, here's things we couldn't like actually do. But yeah. So I do actually kind of recommend getting these off of Mandarake. They're really cheap. I'll say so. They're like 26 each. Or like honestly, unless you do want to actually support its initial release, go ahead pay full price of it. But you know, like first experience of a Details of Hero book, it's really neat. I actually was gonna go initially. I actually did want to go for like the information book of where they contain like the concept art of the series and the interviews and such. But then because of the fact that that's more reading and obviously I won't understand it, I decided to pass up on it and just get this one instead because it's more visual and you know you get to see the suits and such. But yeah, that's basically it for this video. So this is PowerRider, and thanks for sitting through this with me. 13% of the camera. Bye. Okay, one thing I actually do want to mention is that, because I was actually just looking closely with the text and such. Well, whenever a ride watch is mentioned, they actually have the transformation phrase of that ride watch. So like, if it actually focuses, so like there, you can obviously see, or you can obviously read out rider time, and then it's like Kamen Tsukuyomi. It's just like, that's neat. And then like, just to make sure, I looked at bar locks, because he's the nearest one. So then, obviously, this says, rider time, Kamen Rider bar lock ku. And, I want to look if it has Omegeos then. I don't really see anything. I can't really tell. But if we just like, you know, jump back to like, yep. So like we get powered time read by Ibu. Go Retsu, speed time, bye bye bye, bye bye bye, bye Ibu, Shipu. I want to look for, okay. So there's like, I like how they separate it. So it's like Kaigan go Osto. But then I need Grand Geo. Oh, there's Oma form. But it doesn't have it, so that's weird. I skipped a page. Yeah, it doesn't have it. Unless it's somewhere else. There's that. So this officially debuted at episode 40. Trinity. Yep, Trinity time. The power of 3. Cover Geo Gates was Trinity. Something about Geo 2 and then Gates revive and then like such. You can't even see. Am I just painting this? I don't know. I'm just really fascinated with this. Yeah, it just seems like the like. It's just they put out wherever they want it. But yeah, that's essentially it.